Today is day 5 in the Brian Walshe trial. I'm going to give you my daily recap. I have a little bit of a fussy baby here strapped to me, so you're just going to have to bear with me for this one, but it was a half day, so this shouldn't be too long. The witness on the stand today is still Connor Keefe. He is a Mass State Police trooper, and he did all of the Celebrate extractions and downloads from the devices inside the Walshe home, and we go back and forth for the majority of the half day with Anna and Brian's text messages. The Assistant District Attorney Connor continues to have Connor keep reading the text messages between Anna and Brian Walshe. One of the text messages from Brian is asking, says, Thomas wants to know if you're coming today. This was on December 25th, 2022. She says that her flight was canceled. She'll be driving up. And that was read by Brian Walsh's iPhone at 12:50 on Christmas Day. It would be really nice to have the full timeline, because I think that he was doing some other cell phone activity around that time, like Google searches and whatnot, but we don't have any of that. Or I'd like to know his location data. So it'd be nice if we could just have some sort of diagram that would explain everything in like real timeline. Connor Keefe is reading all of the text message. Now at this point, after Anna's disappearance, Brian had sent her a number of text messages saying, hello, where are you? Says he's going to call Jeff. That must be her boss. Says he's going to report her missing on 1/3. He and the boys are worried. He sent her a message, I think on January 1st or 2nd, that was like something, but I still love you. So that's the end of the direct exam. Now we get into cross-examination. We do learn that location data is always being collected, no matter if you're closed out of the apps on iPhones. We learn that Brian Walshe had done a number of searches about wine and champagne on December 30th, I guess like planning for New Year's Eve. One point that I thought was really interesting, he did 2 searches for different buildings in the DC area. They're actually buildings that Tishman Speyer managed. And apparently there was a Legionnaire disease outbreak there, so there was some sort of high alert. She got notice of this outbreak as well, so I think that the defense is trying to put something out there that, hey, there was this outbreak of this extremely contagious disease as well. It's reiterated that he did no searches for tools, dismembering a body, etc. From 12/25 to 12/29. Tipton is trying to step into a little bit of Trooper Proctor drama. He wants to rile that up some because we learned that Trooper Proctor was the lead case officer in this case. I don't think they're going to call him as a witness. I don't think they would need to with all of the other witnesses from the Mass State Police, but he doesn't really go any further than that. He says that Connor Keefe could have applied for additional search warrants, or Trooper Proctor could have, to get more information off of the devices before 12/25, but they didn't, and the search warrant only encompasses anything after 12/25. The rest of the text messages that are being read back and forth that Tipton, the defense attorney, wants to point out is just normal day-to-day text messages between a husband and wife. One day she's not feeling well, so he says, you should rest or something, and she says she's going to stay and work from home, and they kind of make a joke about that, and it sounds like she was sick and she's working from home. She's in DC for that. There's another series of text messages about investment properties that they're looking at in the DC area. There's also another set of text messages that was between the two of them about a property that was on the North Shore that they were selling, and like get the deal done, that kind of thing. And it seemed like they were working really well together. Tipton points out that the Mass State Police and other agencies collaborate together, and he was like, wait, why don't you know like the full picture? Why didn't you all pull together to get the full picture on like the sale of these properties and purchasing properties and whatever? And he says that's not something that he did. One day Anna is having some issues with her phone, so he sends her the location of a Verizon store in the DC area. She goes to the store and she says it was just a bad SIM card, but she got it taken care of. They have a love you too text message exchange together on 12/28, and a few text messages about the Porsche. Something like, can you buy me a Porsche? And we've seen in, I think that was yesterday, he does a bunch of searches for Porsches. So that's it for the first week of Brian Walshe.